Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is the English translation of the Majlis of Hazrat Maulana Qamar Uzzaman Saheb Damat Barakatuhum, which took place on Monday at the time just before the Zohr Salat, and this Majlis took place at Madrasa Talimuddin, Banaras, Monday, the 5th of Rajab 1447, the 5th of January 2026. Actually, the 15th of Rajab 1447, corresponding with the English date, 5th of January 2026. Our Hazrat Wala is saying there is no topic or mazmoon article in my mind. However, whenever I have came here, I have said something and something to you. So here, our Hazrat Wala is reading and saying that Hakimul Ummah, Hazrat Maulana Ashraf Ali Tanwi Rahimahullah, this kitab is Tasheel Tariq Suluk, Asal Sabil Li'abiri Sabil of Hakimul Ummah, Hazrat Maulana Ashraf Ali Tanwi. Now here, these are the statements which Hazrat Hakimul Ummah Maulana Ashraf Ali Tanwi made in response to a question asked by Hazrat Khaja Azizul Hasan Madzub Rahimahullah Ta'ala. I take this opportunity to quote them. So here, there's a treatment for shortcomings in ikhtiyari umur, controllable matters. It is within your control. So the question reads, Hazrat constantly says that actions which we have been ordered to carry out are within man's choice, and that the only treatment for shortcomings in this regard is for a person to pluck the courage and utilize his choice. This appears to be a simple matter. What then will be the need for tariqat? So the answer that Hazrat Tanwi Rahimahullah gives, it is certainly simple and easy. However, people do not pay attention to it, whereas all rectification is based around it. And it is the fundamental treatment for all comings, for all shortcomings. So, with this courage that you have to pluck up and you have to utilize this choice of yours, you have to give some harkat to this ikhtiyar that is within your capacity, this choice. So when you do a little bit, but you do it every day, but you have to pluck up that courage to do it. It is within your control. When you do that, then something becomes entrenched. It becomes rasikh. إِذَا تَكَرَّرَ تَقَرَّرَ. That when something is repeated, it becomes firmly embedded. Now the islah of the nafs is farz, and it is for one and all, for the father and the son, for the seniors and the juniors. It is for the sheikh, it is for the murid, it is for all. You can't leave your nafs for even a moment. Andari ra mi kharash mi tarash ta dame akhir dame farig mabash. In this path, there will always be some type of challenges, some type of trials, tribulations. You'll have to do something. However, right till the end, don't leave yourself idle. Don't leave yourself doing nothing. You have to do something. Keep yourself busy. Sometimes, Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab used to say, Qamar Zama, kal ki manzil bhi par liya. That I read my manzil of the Quran Majid for tomorrow as well. He used to continuously recite. One manzil is so many juz of the Quran Majid. And then he would go on to say, आप लोग समझते हैं कि मैं टहलने के लिए जाता. You people think I'm going for a stroll, for a walk, for my comfort or to go and relax. No, I'm going to actually go for my tilawat, to finish my wird, etc. So until the end, a person should continue, even if his ma'mul is something very, very mukhtasar and short. He should continue. On one occasion, Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab came out from his chamber. He was on top from the balcony and looking down, and he sees us talking so casually and freely. So he says to us, from now, once a week, I want you people to write your halat to me. Now, it is so difficult to even tell an ordinary doctor what's wrong with you physically. Now, imagine how difficult it is to tell a spiritual doctor and a sheikh what are the weaknesses that you have in you. It is something difficult. Sometimes at night, we would go right up to 12 midnight because Hazrat was trying to explain to us some type of sickness that was within us and trying to open it up to us so that we can understand it well. Now, because I heard that and I stayed in that type of environment, this is what I say to you people. Sometimes Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab used to say that you people haven't come here for deen. He would tell us as much as that. Now this was his Islah and this was his style, that he would scold us, reprimand us, and he would say, you people haven't come here for deen. Nevertheless, because of all of this, some type of zawq and taste and touch of Islah I find within myself. Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab used to say to us, and our Hazrat Wala is saying also, you would never ever leave out your meals. You don't leave out your food. When it comes to madrasa, you don't stay absent. You go to madrasa. Why? You're scared if you stay absent, you make naga, then they'll subtract your wages, your salary. However, when it comes to your ma'mulat, your tilawat, your zikr, you leave it out any time. Why? There's no one to ask. There's no one to take you to task for it. He would say this especially to the ulama. So nevertheless, he was saying that Qamar Uzzaman, I finish the manzil of tomorrow. Now, when we are connected to such people, should we not have concern for our akhlaq? Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab used to say that sometimes we have some little amount of concern for akhlaq, but when it comes to adab, we know nothing. We are zero in that department and aspect. Whereas at-turuku kulluha adab, this path to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of it has to do with respect, etiquettes, manners, the way and the style you go about doing things. Allah ta'ala give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of walking this path to Him. Andari ra mi kharash o mi tarash ta dame akhir dame farig mabash. On one occasion, Shaitan comes to a wali and a buzruk right in his final moments. He tries to lead him astray but is unable. Nevertheless, he says to this buzruk that आप बच गए, हमसे बच गए. You are saved from me. At that time, the buzruk says, no, there is still some time. Let me leave this world, then I know I am safe from you. But this is it. At that time also Shaitan is trying to bring ujub into a person. So Allah Ta'ala will ask us about our akhlaq tomorrow on the day of Qiyamah. So right till the end, we have to have this thought of our spiritual upliftment and reformation. And it should be that we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in such a way that our Islah is done. Now, this is the place of Banaras. My celebrated student, Maulana Mujibul Ghaffar. I think about him, we are here. Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of making Islah of our nafs. Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahib used to scold us. He would reprimand us. Sometimes he would even dismiss us. That, nikal jao yahan se. Go from here. And then he would ask the great ulama from Mau, saying to them that, kya in logo ki Islam kuch ho rahi hai ki nahi? Is there any difference? We doing this, that and the other. Is there any difference in these people? So remember, when we say Islah, it is not something difficult, because Allah Ta'ala will not give you something that's beyond your capacity. La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha. So we have to keep in our minds the importance of this path to Allah, and we have to understand it, that it is something that we are able to do, it is within our control. And also remember, do not do anything at any time to inconvenience any person. Kisi ko aziyat nahi dena. Now, if we say that Islah is difficult, then how is it that we say that Deen is easy? If the Deen is easy, then Islah is also easy. Allah Ta'ala let us reform ourselves in such a way that Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahib actually wanted from us. In fact, from my initial students, Awal Shagird was Maulana Mujibul Ghaffar Sahib. He was a very pious student. He used to listen attentively. But this is what it was all about, that कामयाबी तो काम से होगी, न कि हुस्न कलाम से होगी, जिक्र के इल्तिज़ाम से होगी, फिक्र के ihtimam से होगी. Now, I said so much of this as an introduction. Now listen, I will come again and give bayan and majlis to you people. You make dua that Allah Ta'ala makes these words beneficial, and He makes it the means of our salvation. So our Hazrat Wala today discussed on that question that Hazrat Khaja Sahib says that Hazrat constantly says the actions that we have been ordered to carry out are within man's choice, and that the only treatment for shortcomings in this regard is for a person to pluck up the courage and utilize his choice. Right? So this appears to be a simple matter. Then what then will be the need for tariqat? So the answer that was given, that this is definitely simple and easy. However, people don't pay attention to it, whereas all rectification is based around it. You have to use your choice. You have to pluck up this courage, and you have to do whatever is in your control, the controllable matters. Allah Ta'ala give me also the tawfiq to choose and adopt this path and tariq. Allah Ta'ala remove all the razail. Ilahi maqsood man tu hi wa rizai tu muhabbat wa ma'rifat khud bideh. Allah Ta'ala bless us with every type of afiyat. Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of making His zikr and always having concern for our islah. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم بحرمة سيد النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم.